Morning, brethren. Welcome to our daily devotions this morning. We're going back to the ninth commandment, the commandment that tells us that it is sinful to lie. This morning, I want us to think about a situation that arose in the early church where lies were told, and they were told in order that the person telling the lie might impress others, those to whom the lie was being told. The situation is found in Acts chapter 5. You're familiar with the details. Barnabas had sold a field that he owned, and the money that he had got as a result of the sale, he had given every penny of it to the church for the church to use for those who were in need. A husband and wife who were part of the church in Jerusalem, a man called Ananias and his wife called Sapphira, they decided that they would do something similar. Not quite the same, similar. What they did was they sold some of their goods, maybe a piece of land or some stuff that they had, we don't know, but they sold something and they got a certain amount for it. And they decided that of the amount that they received, they would keep some for themselves and give the rest to the church. But in doing so, they would give the impression that what they were giving to the church was the total amount from the sale of their property. So they were lying by deceiving. They were saying, this is all we got, and we're giving everything from the sale to the Lord, when in actual fact they had kept back a proportion for themselves. We don't know how much. It might have been a small amount, 10%, it might have been 50%, it might have been 75%, we don't know. But the fact is, they lied to the church. They gave the impression, and deliberately gave the impression, that they were giving everything when they were only giving a proportion. Why did they do that? They did it because they wanted to impress people. Telling lies to impress people, to make people think more of you than perhaps they might otherwise. It's a very easy sin to fall into. To give people the impression that you are better than you actually are. To tell lies in order to get people to think more highly of you. I know of a man who was in the gospel ministry, a man who put after his name that he had a certain qualification from a certain university. The reality was, he didn't have that qualification. He went to the university, he began the course, but he did not complete it, and he was not awarded that particular degree. But he told the church in which he ministered that he had received the degree. Why? To impress people. Brethren, we may impress people, but such practice most certainly does not impress God. The fact that God dealt so severely with Ananias and Sapphira, actually terminating their lives, shows how much God hates the sin of lying. Indeed, in the book of Proverbs, among the 7 things that God hates is recorded a lying tongue. And this is one of the ways in which we can commit this sin. Recording or saying or giving the impression that we are better than we are in order for people to think of us more highly. Brethren, far better to be truthful and for people to recognize us for who we are than to think of us for someone that we're not. May God help us to reflect upon these truths, and may He bless us as we seek to put them into practice. Once again, brethren, I trust you have a good day. God bless.